but that is what is included inside.
But please, Santiago, can you take us a little bit deeper? How does the fuel cell engine work? How does it get the power here?
Yeah, so like I said, the fuel cell engine, it is a system, consists of a fuel cell and other parts that are specific to that fuel cell, a stack. In this case, if we can see into this diagram,
we can explain here
a little bit better. So yeah, in this case, the fuel cell engine includes a fuel cell stack, as I mentioned, an air compressor.
So the stack would be this?
Yeah, everything inside this yellow is essentially
is
what is included in our box, in our system.
Okay.
Right?
That's part of the engine, essentially.
Right. Okay. So everything inside is inside our scope. That includes, components that are very specific to that power of the fuel cell.
Yeah.
So for example, compressor, coolant pump.
Compressor, coolant pump,
coolant pump, the compressor, engine control unit, which is, very often understated because it determines how everything operates together. Hydrogen recirculation, which, in our case, we use a passive way to not consume power and makes it more efficient. But yeah, there's multiple ways of doing it. But this is our envelope, but that is what is included inside. To make it a full, say, power producing system, you need to add other components, right? And usually the reason why these components are not included is because usually these components depend very specifically on the application itself.
Understood.
And since, this system, this engine, just like an internal combustion engine, can be used in multiple applications, on road, off-road, stationary, same. So in this case, the components that need to be added are usually very application specific, right? For example, you have the fuel system, not included. If you're in a boat, you have a lot more hydrogen requirement than if you're in a car or stationary application. With the same token, it requires a battery, some power conversion, thermal management system. So more often use a radiator.
Yes.
But for example, in marine applications, it's a liquid-to-liquid radiator and a master control unit. So all this together is the full power-producing system, sometimes called a turnkey solution. But our solution is specific to that power and includes everything inside the yellow box.
So following your explanation, I can say that what we see inside the box is, let me say, often a greatest part of what you would see in a internal combustion engine, let me say, under the bonnet, kind of. Maybe, okay, yes, the radiator and so maybe clear, but essentially comes down to the core of the energy producing, and then these are, let me see, other auxiliary systems around.